If they destroy the tax cap, Amy. Okay, sorry. If they destroy the tax cap. Vertigo. Thank you for the follow.
No, and I don't believe Donald Trump won, and I think he's the shittest person in the whole world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Whole world?
The whole world.
Wasn't for Donald Trump, you wouldn't be able to be here. Joe Biden wanted to shut this place down.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to walk around not even with a mask. You know why? They want socialism.
Trump is a person that's for the wealthy. Trump is a person that made sure
That's who I want to be in charge, somebody wealthy. I don't want somebody poor to be in charge.
What do you guys think about the election? You happy about this?
Yeah.
Yeah? You happy?
Yeah.
Do you think Joe Biden, when he gets into office, should he implement a national mask mandate? Because there's a lot of people around here that aren't wearing them.
I don't believe people will follow Joe Biden's national mask mandate.
Yeah.
So I think, seeing the vaccines coming, I think he should just strongly suggest that everybody wear
Okay.
them.
But not mandatory? Or yes, mandatory?
Not mandatory.
Not mandatory. Okay. Well, since you like Joe Biden, I'm guessing you voted for him. Did you vote for him because of his gun control agenda that he's been running on during his campaign?
No.
You don't like what he wants to do?
No, I like what he wants to
Okay.
do, but I voted for him mainly because of environmental issues.
Okay, great, interesting. Well, 10 seconds here, I'll explain to you what he wants to do. If you own a gun that he's going to put on a list of banned assault weapons, you either have to give it back to the government or you have to pay a $200 fine for keeping it. And if you have a high-capacity magazine, you either have to give those away or pay a $200 fine per magazine as well. Is that along the lines of what you were hoping for out of Joe Biden?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Wouldn't matter to us anyways. We don't own one of those.
Would it matter to a low-income family who doesn't live in such a good neighborhood that needs those firearms to protect themselves? They either go into debt or have to be left defenseless. Is that okay?
I don't believe.
Okay, first off, you're not going into debt, all right? Low income. Listen, what is this person even talking about? What is she even talking about? Okay, first off, if you are a low income, oh my god. I don't know what the running cost is for a semi-automatic rifle or a magazine. Can anybody tell me this? Please, just real quick, if anybody knows this off at the top of their dome, please get back to me on the cost of one of these types of firearms. She's literally just making shit up. $500, maybe $1K, more than $5K. $1K. The scary AR guns are more than $1,500. Approximately $1,500 for an AR-15. Okay. So the cost for an AR assault rifle is $1,500. If you have $1,500 to pay for a firearm to protect yourself in a low-income community, then you're probably not as low income, right? If you have enough dispensable money available to, or I guess excess money available to afford a $1,500 gun, and that's just the gun, that's not the ammunition, then I don't know if this pans out. If you are truly a low-income individual who is trying to protect themselves because they live in a bad part of town, and the way to do that is to stay armed with, a AR style firearm that could, I don't know, do a lot of damage if it came down to it. But more so than that, if you were forced to sell your weaponry back to the government, that's not going to that's not going to, or if you opted to keep your firearm, then this is not going to put you in debt, right? The cost of the firearm itself is more than the cost to keep your firearm. So this doesn't even check out at all. Like, it's just a bad argument to make. And I don't understand, like, who would go through this series of logic if they were in, I don't know, like a bad part of town. What in their mind makes them think that they need to fend for themselves or their families or protect their property by having one of these specific types of firearms and a high and I don't know. I hate this. I hate this so much. In part because I don't understand why people feel like they have to protect themselves, and the way to protect themselves is from a high-powered rifle with maximum magazine capacity or whatever the fuck. So that you can literally, like, cut somebody in half by spraying them with so many bullets that you literally just, like, cut them in two. That's a weird ass like mentality to have anyway. That, like, you need to be able to be prepared to literally, like, is that a braid or a brain leaking? It's braid. It's a bit of an exaggeration. Oh, thanks.
I believe they need those firearms to protect themselves. They can have a shotgun, they can have a rifle, they can have a handgun. I don't think they need an assault weapon.
Everything you just listed could be applied under the assault weapons ban. What is an assault weapons?
An assault weapon is numerous shots fired by one weapon, like a machine gun or an AK-47.
Well, machine guns are banned. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about semi-automatic rifles.
And I don't believe in those.
You don't believe in semi-automatic rifles?
No.
Okay. Why not?
I'm just not a gun person.
What about other people who are? Do you think they should have to go into debt or be left defenseless?
Why would they go into debt?
$200 per rifle, per gun, and $200 per magazine. That's a lot of money, especially for a low-income family who might not live in a good neighborhood.
I never heard that he was charging $200.
Yep. He wants people to either register.
I thought that they were going to pay the people for the guns.
Yeah,
Should do.
I'm sorry?
That's what they should do.
They should do what?
If people got to get rid of their guns, they should buy them back.
Well, I don't think people should have to get rid of their guns. Why aren't we allowed to defend ourselves?
Implement something like that, then what are you going to do? They're going to just roll up into your house and do whatever they want anyways.
Not my house. Not my house.
Want to bet?
Defending yourself.
Yeah, I can bet.
I can bet you too, because when
You guys are advocating.
you will be pronounced.
Would you advocate for that?
No, I wouldn't advocate for it. No.
Well, you guys voted for the guy who wants that.
No, I just believe that there's not going to be anarchy where you're going to have to protect your house and your possessions. I don't believe that's coming.
That's already happened. Have you not seen the riots and the looting and
Donald
going
Trump
into
won.
neighborhoods?
Donald Trump won.
I agree.
No, and I don't believe Donald Trump won. And I think he's the shittest person in the whole world.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Whole world?
The whole world.
There's not at least one person worse than him?
No.
All right, so Putin's better than him.
Putin's not an American.
You said in the whole world.
In the whole world. I think he's worse than Putin.
Oh my gosh. You might be the only liberal who might think that. What has he done that's so bad?
Well, he's polluted the environment, for one, so that our children and our grandchildren won't be able to live in a world that's free and of breathable
Ma'am,
air.
if I say something to people, would you be offended? You're here, ma'am. Wasn't for Donald Trump, you wouldn't be able to be here. Joe Biden wanted to shut this place down.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to walk around not even with a mask. You know why? They want socialism. They closed up. Listen, ma'am, it's easy. It's not even hard. They've shut all the businesses down. You know what's coming next? They're going to offer you a plan to pay you every month to keep your businesses down. You believe this?
I believe they should shut the bowling alleys and the restaurants and the hairdressers down until we get this under control.
I don't think you quite understand, ma'am.
You don't put much of a price on life. There are millions.
Can I ask why you would have? Where have you been eating while you've been out today?
No place. We don't eat in restaurants.
So you guys are on vacation, or you just?
We own a house here.
Okay. But you haven't been shopping, grocery shopping, no, not in many restaurants?
Ma'am, I'm homeless. Well, not homeless, houseless.
Okay.
Home's where the heart is.
Okay.
But I got just as many cards as you. You know what they're worth? Nothing. We're broke. This country is broke. It is. And if you don't even know that, try to get your benefits.
Trump is a person that's for the wealthy. Trump is a person that made sure
That's who I want to be in charge, somebody wealthy. I don't want somebody poor to be in charge. They're going to make every decision. And guess what, ma'am? He don't even care about his own party because Trump was never a Republican. He was a Democrat. He gave to all these people. As soon as he ran for president, he was on every show. Before he became president, everybody wanted to be in this hotel. Everybody wanted Trump, right? Till he ran for president. When he ran for president, guess what happened? As soon as he walked in them stairs, it all changed. You know why? Because he said that one word, change the swamp. He wanted to get rid of the swamp.
He didn't get rid of the swamp. He made the swamp worse. Didn't you read the New York Times? All these business deals.
I don't listen to the New York Times because it's a lying agency.
No, it isn't.
It is.
To Facebook and
I don't listen to that. I don't even have
Fox
a phone.
News, and those are all
don't even
lies.
have a
Those
phone.
are all liars.
I'll do my
Okay,
phone
I
away,
think we're
ma'am.
done.
I think this reaches a level of cognitive dissonance in the American psyche where an individual experiencing homelessness somehow is waging class war against themselves by favoring Donald Trump, a rich man, over a potentially poor man based on their spending habits and how they would dole out money for social programming that would directly benefit you, a houseless person, because in your mind, you're thinking that if you are a rich man, then you're in the business of protecting your wealth. You do not want to share it. You don't want to distribute your wealth whatsoever. New YouTube video idea. I don't understand how this person could be both experiencing homelessness and also favor Donald Trump because the prospect of socialism is so scary. Well, listen, dude, you have completely crumbled under a capitalist organization. All right? This current economic system isn't doing you any favors. And yet you're going to vilify socialism? The program that would give you a roof over your head? He's a plutocrat in a nutshell. Yeah, Trump is. Trump is. I mean, this guy is 100% he's not stupid. He chooses to be homeless. Nobody chooses to be homeless. That is a lie. And it is a misconception, and it's absolutely just rooted in falsehoods. Nobody wants to be homeless. They accept a lifetime of homelessness because they have been alienated from society for long enough of a period that they don't even trust. They don't even trust social workers to help them rehabilitate or integrate back into society. They feel most comfortable with individuals who they share a homeless encampment with, and that's it. Are you a communist? Sometimes. I mean, seriously. It's wild that this guy comes in and he obviously... The average the houseless homeless lives a decade on the street. A decade if they have continuous access to food and some kind of mental shelter. Yeah. So like we gotta stop allowing people to run with this narrative, all right? And it has a lot to do with like right-wing pundits and correspondents and talking heads trying to make the case that individuals who are experiencing homelessness, they want to. PragerU did an entire video about this, all right? And it's simply not true. It is simply not true. The two most common contributing factors to homelessness is loss of income, or a loss of job, rather, and then increased cost of rent or other costs of living that could definitely be tied to an unforeseen circumstance, like bad news with health, an accident, a car accident, and then they aren't able to pay the vast majority of their expenses. But yeah, no. Nobody wakes up and says, you know what, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to devote myself to life on the street because I want to be homeless. Okay? It just doesn't happen.
I think you are too.
Hey,
I love it.
if Fox News are liars, then Trump won, right?
Yeah.
My name's Chief.
Hi, Chief.
That's what everybody calls me. But
Nice to meet
I've been through this stuff a lot. I even come one year, like you did, and you believe this, okay? I walked from that inn right there. I was a licensed tour guide for the city of St.
Okay,
Louis. I
yeah.
drove the horse and carriage. I came through the whole city asking everybody what the 25th was, right? The 25th of December. You know what they said? Not one of them said that it was the birth date of Jesus. Not
Santa Claus.
Not one.
That's a good question. That's
Not
a good
one
question we could
person
do.
said that.
Yeah.
They all said, oh, you get presents on the
Yeah.
25th.
Yeah.
Oh, but not one of them said it was Jesus' birthday.
Yep.
Not a one, and I reiterate this, not a
I
one.
really thought he was going with the 25th Amendment. I was like, wait a minute, are you fucking with her?
Yeah, it's...
What I have witnesses too, because I have friends out here.
We are running our biggest sale ever at libertyhangout.tv just in time for Christmas. If you or someone you know would love to gain uncensored content from me, my raw, unfiltered opinions where I won't be banned from social media, go to libertyhangout.tv, get them a subscription for Christmas.
Listen,
the best-
I gotta tell you, I know that this little lady's really young. She's not a lady. She is a heathen. She's a little hellion. I know that she's young. She has a little bit of learning to do, but even on my worst days, especially whenever I'm tired and I can't get it together, she always makes me look okay by comparison. And for that, I guess I thank her. I thank all of the right-wing pundits and correspondents and grifters on the internet who just, make me look a little less dumb. Thank you, by comparison. Amy, tell her to give herself a fuck. She's a creepy lady. She's a yikes forever more than a little lady.